In the year 1845, the climatic conditions in northern Europe and Ireland were very much favorable for the production of potato crop. Even the potato crop were very much growing lush green. The poor farmers were expecting very good crop. But in the late summer of the 1845, suddenly climatic conditions changed. They changed to cloudy, wetter, and cooler climates. This climatic condition persists for a few weeks, which leads to the complete collapse of the potato crop. The potato crop turns into mass of blighted and rotting vegetation. The socio-economic and political situation in Britain, coupled with this environmental condition and failure of crop, leads to the death of a million people in Ireland and migration of more than 1.5 million people to Britain or the other parts of the Europe, especially Britain, Canada, and the United States of America. This is a story of Great Irish Famine. Hello there, this is Dr. Mukesh, Assistant Professor, Janata College. I welcome you all. I welcome you all to my presentation on the Great Irish Famine and the birth of science of plant pathology. My lecture will be delivered in 5 major headings. First, the introduction and acceptance of the potato crop in Europe. The second, climate and the genetic angle to this famine, and the socio-economic and political angle to this famine, and scientific investigations which led to the unraveling of the cause of this famine and the failure of the crop. And finally, the summary. This potato crop is basically not a native crop to the Europe or Spain. This is a native crop. The potato is a native to Peru, which is a South American countries, which was ruled by the European countries, especially the Spain. While returning from the South American country Peru, the Spanish people, the Spanish sailor and the soldiers and the armies brought with them piles of potato crops, piles of potato crop, and in this long journey, which was around months long, only few potatoes were surviving. Upon arrival to the Europe, these potatoes were actually initially not accepted for cultivation, but due to various reasons, this potato crop was become popular and was accepted in many parts of the European countries, especially in Ireland. Acceptance of potato crop in the Ireland and its becoming of its as a staple food was coupled with the genetic and climatic factors. Genetic factors like the narrowing of the genetic diversity in the potato crop. Since only few potato types were surviving that long journey, months-long journey, so automatically giving a very narrow genetic base to the introduced crop in Europe. After adoption, this crop was started growing on a large mass of lands everywhere. This crop was growing, leading to the culture of monocropping. This monocropping and narrow genetic base again was coupled with the climatic condition, where the temperature was dropped to 1.5 to 7 degree Fahrenheit in the late summer of 1845, which was lowest in the last 19 years. Also, the weather was very much wet, cool, and with intermittent drizzling, that is rain. This condition leads to the complete collapse of the potato crop. The causal organism of the potato crop was surviving in this condition and slowly destroying the whole vegetation. The other socio-economic and political causes of the famine were the poor farmers of Ireland become very much dependent on the potato crop due to various reasons. Along with that, Corn Act, which was enacted in Britain to balance the price of commodities in the Britain. Corn Act basically levies higher import duties on any commodities coming in Britain. So this corn, because of Corn Act, when the people of Ireland needed support from the Britain to import the food stuffs and to provide the hungry and starving peoples, the Britain government refused to do so, at least for 1 or 2 years. And the other regions that the economic experts, they advise against importing any kind of commodities. They asked the British government to leave the Irish people on their own and solve their own problems, since the any overflow of the food grains may hamper with the supply and demand and supply chain. This devastating famine, where the millions of people were dying within a country. If we see now, due to COVID-19, in more than 1.5 year, only at least 5 million people have died, taking the whole globe. But in Irish famine, from a small country, Ireland, more than 1 million people died and 1.5 million people have migrated. So this attracted the attention of the British government, which appointed a panel for the scientific investigation into the cause of this much failure of the potato crop and this famine. Apart from that commission, a very famous argument, scientific argument, is known in the scientific community of plant pathology, that is between the Dr. John Lindley and Dr. John Miles J. Berkeley. In the magazine Gardener's Chronicle and Agricultural Gazette. The view of Dr. John Lindley was that potato crop is absorbing excess of water. The potato roots are absorbing excess of water, which it is unable to release, and due to that, the potato crop is getting rotten. On the contrary, Dr. Miles J. Berkeley's view was that he noted, he basically observed some mass of fungi covering the leaves of potato, and he said that this mass of fungi or mass of some molecules organism is responsible for this failure of crop. But at that time, nobody believed, because at that time the theory of spontaneous generation was on its peak. Everybody make joke of this Miles J. Berkeley's theory. In fact, John Lindley suggested him that the fungus what you are talking is opportunistic fungus, and this fungus is coming when due to excess water and the plant is rotting. On rotting plant, this fungus is coming. This is thinking in the direction of spontaneous generation, since this theory of spontaneous generation says that any microorganism which is coming is a result of decaying organic matter, not the cause of decaying of organic matter. So in the thinking was in that direction of spontaneous generation. So the Berkeley's point of view was not considered. Finally, in the year 1861, in this argument, the arrival of Anton de Very was happened, and the Anton de Very did a very, very simple experiment where he took two healthy groups of plant. He kept those groups of plant in same cooler climatic conditions where the disease was very much happening. So on one group of plant, he just sprayed the sporangia of the fungus, or he took the sap of the diseased plant and sprayed on one group of plant, and to other group of plant he didn't do anything. Those plants were kept untouched, and within a few weeks he noted that on the group of plant where he has spread sporangia were started showing the sign and symptoms of the disease, and the other group of plants where he didn't do anything, those were free from any disease. So with this simple experiment, he ruled out he ruled out the theory of the Lindley's theory, and also the theory of spontaneous generation. And this was the first conclusive evidence to disprove the theory of spontaneous generation. At the same time, in anthrax disease, Louis Pasteur also did prove disprove. He also disproved the spontaneous generation and gave the germ theory. But in scientific community, only we know the germ theory, and Louis Pasteur, we little know about the Anton de Beri's contribution, but they were around the same time of 1861 to 1862. The same time this was happening. So the Anton de Beri's work was a conclusive demonstration that the iris famine was caused by fungus, and that was Phytophthora infestans, where the Phytophthora infestans comes from a Greek word. Phytos means plant, phthora means destroyer, means Phytophthora literally meaning the destroyer of the plant destroyer. So the iris famine, the cause of iris famine was unraveled by the Anton de Beri as Phytophthora infestans, a fungus. Also, this Anton de Beri refuted the theory of spontaneous generation. Coming to the summary, the class can be summarized as the 15th to 16th century, the European people were invading the different parts of the world in food of the wealth, in search of the wealth. In that journey, they ventured to the Peru, the South American country. From there, they brought a new crop, which was a new crop to Europe, that is potato. The potato, with time, it was popularized in Europe and got accepted. The temperature, the climatic conditions were very much favorable for the production of potato crop, but with time, when the climatic conditions became very much worse, or the temperature was gone down, and with intermittent drizzling and cloudy weather, the crop was very much failed, and leads to the development of this famine, leads to the great iris famine, which caused death of millions of people and migration of 1.5 million people. This mystery was solved by Anton de Beri. Anton de Beri by doing a simple experiment, where this Anton de Beri also with his experiment disproved the theory of spontaneous generation, and this experiment leads to the first step towards the very much systematic study in the plant pathology. That there are organisms, there are manicules, there are microorganisms which causes disease, which leads to the causation of disease. So after that, Koch postulate was also hypothesized, and many cause of many diseases were unraveled with the time. So I thank you for patience hearing. Thank you so much.